Hello and welcome to PSM Speak. The Honorable Chief Minister of Telangana, Mr. Revanth Reddy, was very unhappy. He expressed deep anger recently. Yes, it was justifiable, his anger. There was reason, valid reason. The government of Telangana, when he asked, could not give him the number of employees working with it, the regular employees, the employees working on contract, casual basis, and the outsourced employees. Which department is employing how many number of persons? This the machinery could not give him immediately after he asked in December 2025. More than 6-7 months back. So, at least the government doesn't know how many are working with them. The contract employees, outsourcing employees, besides the regular employees. But what is the business of this contract employees, outsourcing employees? There is a clear vacancy with the government for years, more than a decade. The government doesn't employ, it directly doesn't employ, not through an employment exchange as it used to much earlier, not in the recent past. It employs an outsourcing agency or it approaches a private agency to supply employees. So the employer for the employee working with the government is not the government. The pay is passed on to the employee through an outsourcing agency which takes its cut. Then the outsourced employees, the contract employees, mostly on the lower rungs of the government employment, they do the same job as their counterparts on the rolls of the government, the regular employees. What does that mean? The doctrine of equal pay for equal work, the constitutional doctrine, and the government, which is supposed to be an ideal employer, without directly employing the employees and paying salaries equal to similarly placed other employees, recruiting them. What kind of exploitation is this? The employees working temporarily, the contract wage earners, the outsourced employees, they don't even have a grievances mechanism to complain to the government, to the authorities against the injustice, because they are not directly the government employees. And the outsourcing agencies, as I said, it has its own cut. Supposing government gives some 15,000 rupees, that doesn't directly go to the employees. The agency has its own cut, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 rupees or whatever it is as per the understanding or the agreement. Employees are at loss and never are they regularized. True, if their regularization is sought, there is opinion that it is a backdoor entry and a regularly employed or regularly employed and they can't have that right. Maybe it is reasonable to some extent, but why should that situation be allowed in the government, by the government, and creating a situation where rights do not accrue to the employees who are working with the government because they are not the government employees? The continuity of employment, the rights that arise out of the continuous employment, they cannot claim because they are on contract. They are on a contract or outsourced employees. So the casualization of employment. How many are they? We do not know the correct number because government too doesn't know. And what we see in the newspaper, The Telangana government, so far, I think about 5 lakh persons are working as contract employees and outsourcing temporary casual employees. And this casualization of employment not only unique about Telangana, it is there in all the states, almost all the states, and in India. The government of India, the central sector, the number was 2.43 million, 24 lakh, more than 24 lakh persons working on contract basis, outsourced employees. And this figure is 2021, the latest available 2023-24. It is 1 million more, 3.4 million. 34 lakh persons are working. And I said it is 2023-24 figure. And today the number might be swelling further. More number of people are working with the government. We see in the government, different departments, public sector, banking, and the lower rungs of employment, they are taken, they are given some paltry income, and they are assigned the job just equal to their counterparts. Their counterparts, the regular employees within the same organization. And there are frauds, yes. As the newspaper report suggests, the kinds of frauds. There are some persons working on 2 jobs, regular employee and contract employee, with the connivance of the authorities who follow them. And there are as many as 900 agencies in Telangana. There are some bogus agencies also. And the report suggests that the senior functionaries, politicians, the powerful, and IAS and IPS officers, some of them, indulging in fraud, in allowing these kinds of fraud, just writing the names of the people, showing as if they are working and paying the wages, whatever they are, routing through the outsourcing agencies and pocketing the money. These types of frauds are there. Besides these frauds and exploitation, the social security of the employees and the workers recruited through these modes, their employees state insurance corporation protection, their employees provident fund, the provident fund subscriptions are deducted from their wages, and also at times government also pays them, gives provision. But those sums do not reach the employees provident fund organization, whereby these employees are kept outside the benefit of employees provident fund. So is the case with the employee state insurance coverage. And of late the government says that some outsourcing organization, instead of these many outsourcing agencies. But what benefit? If government has a job, government should employ. If the employee is entitled for the rights, those rights should not be denied. The government, which is supposed to be an ideal employer to the private sector, should not set a bad example. So, there has been in Telangana audits, forensic audits to find the frauds and book the people. Of course, some of the persons indulging in these frauds have been arrested here and there already. But Telangana government, because it is proactively working on this, at least of late, it should set example to the country as a whole, to the other states, to the government of India, by totally doing away with the method of recruiting through agencies, recruiting through contracts, stopping the casualization of the employment. This we have been seeing since 90s, more from 90s, to cut the government expenditure because of its fiscal deficit constraints or whatever. They reduce the burden although they need to take the work from the employees, they have, I should say, schemed to recruit people through the agencies and through contacts with lower than the regular wages, without right for making them permanent or regularizing them. This is unfair, against the constitutional spirit of equal pay for equal work, against the directive principles of the state policy enunciated in the Indian Constitution. So at least this government, Telangana, will look into this and finds a permanent solution to stop this exploitation, set an example to others, and taking cue from this idea, all the other states, the rest of the states and the government of India will also work towards this and end this and find ways to employ directly without involving the third parties or bogus agencies. Thank you so much for so patiently watching this video. If you haven't subscribed to the channel already, please do subscribe. As you know, subscription is free, but your subscription means a lot to me because it greatly encourages me to get to you more videos of this type and more frequently. Thank you.